damn community.
They changed
I
the
bought
logo.
it too. I bought it.
Let's see it.
I bought it. Good move. Very good move.
Let's see it. And we pulled up.
Come on. Did I miss that?
Yeah, you're
No. Wait. No, you heard the original one. You heard the original one, and then it came back on.
And then that's when you bought.
I bought. Yeah. It's probably the best chart in crypto.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been a couple weeks since we have been live for Shido, but we are back on tonight. Be a couple moments here, and my co-host Arno will be joining us. He's tweaking a few things before he pops into live. Yeah, it's quite a bit going on. Hey Julia, welcome. Shadow Queen, welcome. Appreciate you both. Good to see you guys both here. We got a lot going on with Shido, specifically this week, right? We got a major burn event taking place. So buy and sell action, all contributing directly to the burns, which is just further increasing the price floor of Shido for all holders. Absolutely fantastic. Before I continue on here, looks like we got my co-host. What is up, Mr. Arno? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, my man?
I'm good. I feel like we've been working 24/7 nonstop, man. It's been a busy week for us.
Oh yeah, it's been a hell of a busy week for Shido as well.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Well, that's what we're here to talk about tonight is Shido, and so we're gonna do just that. I was starting off mentioning about the burns, and I guess before we get too crazy too far, let's go ahead and pull that up. I got a little video here I'm gonna play for everybody, just letting them know exactly what we got going on. We're gonna get that on the screen real quick here. Thanks. All right. For anyone that's not understanding what you just saw there, that is Shido getting the living hell burn out of it. So Massive Shido Week is incoming. This came out March 12th, so it's been ongoing now for about 2 days. We're starting our 3-day long Shido Mega Burn event. Buy back a Shido for 100k USD to follow. Oh, so it started yesterday, so we got another 2 days. Shido MasterCard launch date, Shido staking platform launching, big CEX deal is finalized, and a massive surprise. So got a lot going on. We don't obviously have all those answers, nor if we did, would we tell you, because you know what, everyone likes to get surprised. But let's talk about that burn event. What impacts that got for Shido, Arno? If you want to go ahead and lead into that, I know burns are your speciality.
Yeah, it's one of my many specialities. And what Shido is continuing to do, as Bjorn has said since day one, that the objective of this project is to be a hyper deflationary token while at the same time being a utility token and thus improving the price of Shido long term. Now, we've experienced a lot of price volatility in the last several weeks, but what Bjorn is doing right now is leveraging that going forward with the burns. And as you can take a look at our price right now, as anyone's been following us, we've shot right back over. We just snatched that zero right back, I believe, on both sides, on BNB as well as ETH. And
ETH, we actually lost it. We actually gained the zero back. We're at a 9.8, so we're 4098. So we're not far from recapturing that zero again.
But we're pretty much there. So. Like Shido, like the way that this thing, like if there's a safe bet in crypto, then this is the one. To me, Shido is the premium pick, in my opinion. And with the burns they have going on right now, it's just going to exacerbate that. I mean, when it's all said and done, we might very well be at around 89 billion tokens. It's very possible.
That's a pretty aggressive burn.
Yes, it is.
Now you're talking 89 billion combined on both chains is kind of what you're theorizing.
Exactly, between Ethereum and BNB.
Now by the way, we're not saying that in the next 3 days. That's a long-term perspective of where we would burn down to, and 89 billion combined is absolutely insane when you're talking about a token that's a governance token, right? If Shido was just a meme coin, 89 billion is still good, but like you're not going to see much there. But whereas Shido is a governance token that is governing the complete ecosystem, meaning that there's already a stress against the token as it's doing what it's designed to do, 89 billion is insanely bullish for a circulating supply.
Absolutely. It's just not going to be enough to go around between the wallet and then the eventual block Shido chain when that gets launched. There's just not going to be enough. The price is going to have to go up to meet the spread. It's just
right.
a fact.
Yeah, and me and Arno off air, we're kind of talking about price action, projections, and I'll share a little of our conversation where we said, even if Shido fell flat on its face, and not saying that Shido is going to fall flat on its face, but let's look at previous, blockchain projects with very limited supplies that have kind of basically not been able to meet their expectation, right? Like EOS is a keen example. EOS is still, what is EOS trading right now? I think EOS is trading, it's trading in the dollars. Let me see. $1.14. So EOS is at $1.14. Go ahead, Arno. I know you wanted to pop in there.
Oh, I was just saying, there you go. I mean, if just $1.14 price. I mean, if you're holding 10 million Shido, there you go. That's 10 million. That's $10.14 million.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's no. I think the point me and Arno are trying to get to here with this project is there's really no losing. No matter no matter what the inevitable price is, whether I mean we can go further than that. We could say, let's say Shido fell all the way down to nothing but 14 cents. Let's say 14 cents after all utilities, blockchain, everything is out and fully functioning. If you're holding 10, 15,000 tokens, I mean that's a fair chunk of change, man. I mean, we'll just pull some math for you on it, but let's just say you're holding 10,000 tokens, right? That's it. And we said 0.14. I mean, you're talking 1 million. That's, I mean, you're holding a healthy position, right? It's one of those things where let's just go 0.25, right? Give an example.
Let's go 100,000 tokens. 100,000 tokens at 14.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, wrong math. There we go. Thank you. 100,000 tokens. If you had 2,000 tokens, you're holding about 1.5. 25 grand at 25 cents on 100,000 tokens. Now you talking? Let's just say. Sorry about that. I don't know what I was typing in there. Let's say we go to $1.25 as a key example, right? Let's look back to EOS. EOS is at $1.14, right? So let's just use EOS's price. Say we go to $1.14. Okay. You're talking $114,000 for a very minimal price. I mean, that's only 100,000 tokens. If you hold, let's say right now, let's go B&B side is getting you let's say 3 million tokens, right? So that's roughly going to cost you what? About $311 bucks. So if you had 3 million tokens at $1.14, you're sitting on $3,420,000. So my point here, you made $311 bucks, and let's just say Shido fell flat on its face and only went to $1.14. Hell, let's even say it only went to 14 cents. You're still netting $420,000 on a $311 investment. I mean, that to me that just screams absolutely bullish. It almost pretty much guarantees no matter where we are, you're gonna win. Shido is one of those projects that in this bull run, people are going to make money no matter how things end up or how things shake out. You're going to make a lot of money on it. It's going to change people's lives, which is why me and Arno have been and still are some of the biggest advocates for Shido, is because we see that long-term vision. We see that no matter where the project goes, it can't go lower than cents. It will never be, when everything is fully flushed, it'll never be fractional, ever, in my opinion. And I think, Arno, you share that same viewpoint.
100%. 100%.
Absolutely. Shido Queen said, "Let's go new NFTs today." Yeah, we'll touch on the NFTs. It's interesting. It's a concept where all the buys go straight towards basically pumping the chart, from my understanding. And then, of course, staking platform is opening on Thursday. So for everybody that's been waiting, yes, staking officially returns. So I know, Arno super excited for the staking. A lot of people are super psyched for that. Yeah, and it's going to be nice to see that it's in-house, right? It's no longer through a third party. So we're not going to have the mistakes that you had with Brew Labs and other third-party entities that we have relied on and have kind of dropped the ball, right? And it, unfortunately, Shido took the brunt of it, man, and it sucked to see. We had what, like 2 months of negative price action after freaking not Brew Labs, but the other one that we were on.
That was Brew Labs. Well,
no, it was Brew Labs. You're right. Yeah, it was Brew Labs.
And Brew Labs, and then of course other things that led to it, but
right,
it was totally 100% Brew Labs' fault. But you know how it goes. Shido took the brunt of it, and everybody thought that Shido messed up, and it was 100% Brew Labs. They made the contract longer than it was supposed to be, and then when Bjorn tried to get it recalibrated, that's when the schedule on the contract got screwed up, and everybody's stuff went haywire. And then they just closed the contract. That next thing you know, we got people having to go in there and do go into the contract and basically unstake their tokens, which was scary for some people. But at the end of the day, Shido took care of everybody, and everybody got their tokens and the rewards, and that's
Yeah,
Everybody go.
we moved on. You know, we moved on as business as usual.
Hmm.
Shadow Queen is saying that you can also stake the new NFTs that are coming out, so that's cool. They have a purpose and a utility behind them, so it's good to see. But you know, really, just echoing what you're talking about the price. You know, BNB sitting right now at 3 zeros 11.43. I mean, it's looking great. Ethereum side,
Oh,
4 zeros and a 9.8. Couple buys, and we're right back up there chasing BNB side. So, I mean, that's from where we've been, you know, to where we are now. And I will consistently always echo this, and it's why I keep the video in the intro trailer with B Roots, is because this chart is 100% organic. Nothing here has ever been a dev who's cycling money from, you know, an exchange into the DeFi and then transferring to an exchange, cycling it back. None of that's ever been a thing here at Shido. You know, this is 100% organic. So when the chart falls, you know, it's the community that's buying the dips, buying it back up, and pulling the chart back into the green. You know, it's not Bjorn, it's not Naruto, it's not any of the dev team. It's not ENR. It's none of those guys or Ardit that are over there pumping the chart artificially. This is 100% community driven growth, and it's amazing to see. And it really just highlights exactly how bullish this community truly is on Shido. I mean, look at that 1 day chart. It's just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
The resiliency. That's the one word that always comes to my mind when I look at Shadow. Resiliency.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, it's an incredibly resilient community. It's a community that, you know, we've been honored to cover because, you know, it's just every community is gonna have it's gonna have its moments, right? Every community is gonna have that oh shit moment where the charts tank, right? And people are asking questions. There's fear, there's uncertainty, there's doubt. But what it takes is a good, strong development team to come out and say, "Hey, cool guys, I got you. Don't worry about it. We're good. This is where we're going. This is the roadmap. This is the mission. This is what we're going to accomplish." And then we push on. And you know, we watched Shido do that. You know, Bjorn's human. You know, he made a Jurassic boo boo when he gave a date, and then we were unable to fulfill that date. And you know, it did not go well on the charts. And that's because crypto, a lot of people are just very impatient. They don't understand that a token like Shido takes time to develop. You know, this is not a, you know, just drop a decentralized exchange in 2 weeks and be done. You know, this centralized exchange took a lot of money, a lot of manpower, a lot of thought, and a lot of meticulous action to bring out. And you know, I mean, it's standing test of time. In fact, let's take a look. I am kind of curious. We haven't looked at this in about a week. I'm really kind of curious what projects we have on here now. So I'm going to take a moment, pull it up for everybody, and let's take a look together. Let's see what is currently on Shido Dex. So let's go on the Ethereum chain first. We have Dione, Cult DAO, Shiba Inu, Bermuda, Dejitaru Tasuka, Alcazar, Floki, Veracity, Dogelone Mars, Elon Goat, Astral AI, so that's a new one since the last time we looked. Okagi Inu, Marvin Inu, Katana Inu, and Shib Elon. Okay. So we got a few new projects on there. I'm going to be honest, it looks like it has slowed down a little bit. I don't know why that is. But it looks like listings have slowed a little bit. Let's take a look over on the BNB side and see what we got. Dollar Moon, Sheik Inu, King, Rot Token, BitGert, Crogecoin, got the Gator Token, Floki, Vita Inu, Rich Quack, Dogelon Mars, InuTube, Yoda, Year of the Apes, Marvin Inu, Snipify, Flokita, Floki CEO, Katana Inu, Kumamon, I'm gonna butcher that, Walter Inu, and Dosa. Dosa's a big one. These two I don't know much about. Dosa's a huge one though, so that's cool to see. It does look like the BNB chain is getting more listings than the Ethereum block at this point. It might just be that they're being a little bit more cautious on what projects they bring on the chain, which is great. You know, we do want to do a little bit of due diligence before we drop them on the Shido Dex. Again, I will emphasize that anything that's ever on a decentralized exchange is not something that we have just like said, hey, cool, you're never gonna have a problem. You know, it's the same as if you go on to Uniswap or PancakeSwap and you type in a contract address from any token. You know, you need to do your own research. You need to educate yourself, which is something we talk a lot about on this channel. You need to make sure that you understand what the project's about before you buy the token. Just because it's listed on a decentralized exchange does not mean that it is 100% safe investment. And I'm sure Arno, you will agree with that statement.
Absolutely. Do your own research. Decentralized exchanges are just that. They're decentralized and a place for you to exchange tokens. They're not yep. These are people who launch tokens, and you need to know what they're about before you decide to buy. And if you buy and you get rugged, it's not the exchange's fault. It's no different than going to a grocery store and getting, you know, well, actually, it kind of is. They have to chew checks. Actually, grocery stores are much more regulated. They're regulated, so they have to be. But there is no comparison.
Yeah.
Really.
There's really expiration dates on the milk in the grocery store.
You have to. Yeah, there is. It is their fault. So that's not a good comparison. There's no. You have to do your own research. You have to do your own research. But what Shido does, as you're showing here with the aggregator, gives you the best opportunity to at least, you know, go back and see. Okay, what's the price history? Okay, what's going on there? Okay, and then you can use that alongside what you find on there. Maybe go to the website, and you go ahead and just make an educated decision. And Shido, in my opinion, is going to make everybody an educated trader. Not to mention the fact that you'll be able to do limit orders, so you can go ahead and put an order in there. And guess what? Maybe you don't like what's going on. You can go cancel it and get out of that trade. Right. Think about that. That's huge. It's huge for DeFi.
Well, not just that. I was just going to add to that real quick, because you can set at when you want to buy that particular token in that limit order, right? You can say like, hey, I want to buy it at this point. So if it dips here, I want you to fill my order. Instead of now you're just guessing on the charts, you can take your time, draw your plot lines, figure out where you want your entry point, and then set your limit order. Set your buy order right there. Boom. And then as soon as it hits that limit, that point, your order's filled. I mean, that takes 110% of the stress out of buying tokens, in my opinion.
In the DeFi sector, yes, it's what DeFi needs. It's going to actually provide more certainty for price for people who are able to read limit order lists and spread charts, because now you'll be able to see, okay, the spread is here. I know this many orders will be triggered at this particular price. I can go ahead and put my order in here, knowing full well that those orders will be triggered. And I can expect a spread change after that, and I can go ahead and sell after that takes place, and just go ahead and play the game that way on a day trade situation in DeFi. And that's something we really haven't had. We haven't had that. We really haven't had that in DeFi. Right. You only see that stuff happening on centralized exchanges where you have more of a contained environment where limit orders are allowed to take place without having, all the crazy stuff happen. But Shido coming in with limit orders is going to provide that stability in DeFi to allow, appropriate mapping of trades. Like, you can map trades now. You don't have to just go into a DeFi situation. Just let's see. Let's hope she runs. I better get in while I have to. Better get in now because I won't have a chance to later. Well, Shido's going to give you an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and then, you got the perpetual side of things, right? And it's interesting to talk about the perpetual conversation because I want to tie it into what kind of has just happened recently with Bitcoin, right? Me and Arno, what was it, 4 days ago now? We're on watching that YouTube freaking Mario, basically Bitcoin video. It was like 4 days ago, right? Something like that. The Bitcoin trader video that we were watching that had the Mario sound effects.
Right.
Oh, okay. Looks like Arno had stepped away anyways. Are you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard, we were watching the Bitcoin chart with the Super Mario Brothers sound effects.
Yeah. Yeah. So the point I was going with that is when we talk about perpetuals, right? So this was a perfect example. So me and Arno were sitting there, and I like to think we're both decently educated when it comes to looking at the charts and how things are going to break down. Arno a lot more than I am, but I'm starting to catch on more and more every time that I dabble in this world. And I kept telling Arno, I said, we're going 19,000. And Arno was like, nah, man, it ain't going to happen. I said, I'd short this shit. We're going 19,000. He's like, nah, it's not going to happen. I'm like, we're going 19,000. But I was like, when we hit 19,000, though, it's going to skyrocket right back up. And sure, that's exactly how it played out, right? We were watching it, and it was like it dipped to 21, and then you saw this massive buy, massive amount of sells, buy, sell, and slowly you just started watching this thing go dip, 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 and boom, 19K, right? Now, if you were playing in the world of perpetuals, if you were able to take that knowledge and tie that into perpetuals, and let's just say you happen to be on a perpetual at that time with Bitcoin triggered and you were looking for a short position on Bitcoin, if you would have shorted that night, you would have made a decent amount of money because that's exactly what happened. You hit your target. Now, you better get out. You better set that sell order. Second 19K hits, boom, I'm done. I'm no longer playing. Because as soon as 19K hit, it went right back to 22K. It literally, boom, bounced and went right back up.
Let me add this: like that's how perpetuals work. Once your call is made, you're done.
Yes.
Because remember, you're not holding the token, people. Remember, you're just placing a short position. If that position hits, then you've hit. Now you're out. Now, if you want to double back and get a long position, which is what you probably should be doing, because I've been saying before, Bitcoin's been oversold like nobody's business. It's going to run. It's just a matter of time. We go ahead and long the hell out of it. And you would have made a lot more money going that way on the long than you would have gone the short. I'll tell you that right now, just looking here. But like the perpetual is going to be huge. Like Shido is they're gonna boil out of water. Like at this point, man, we've been talking about Shido for the last 18 weeks, man. About every single
weeks.
18 weeks. This is our 19th episode, right? This is 19 for us.
No, this is 18. This is week 18 now. Well, this would actually be week 20, but we took 2 weeks off. So this is episode 18. So out of a real 20 weeks.
We have picked apart this animal from every bone, every muscle, every nerve that it has. And if there's only one other project that I know that I'm confident about, other than Shido. But other than that project, this is the only project that I can think of that I can say without a shadow of a doubt is not going to fail.
Yep.
This project is just so well managed and so well put together and has so much wealth going for it that if it just does basic business, it's going to change lives for everybody who bought Earth. I've said that from before. When I first joined the community, I said this is not a blue chip token. This is a cornerstone cryptocurrency in the making. Blue chip tokens they happen. There are quite a few of them, but there's only like a handful of cornerstones out there. Like a handful, and this is going to be one of them. So.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I like the analogy of we've picked because we have it's like two buzzards in the desert, man. Like we've picked this down to the last little morsel of meat, the final freaking vein. I mean, this is bare bones. There's nothing we have not talked about. You could take a brand new novice investor, sit them in front of a computer and say, you are going to watch all 18 episodes of Shido Global. And I can guarantee you that by the time that they get to at least, let's say, episode 4 to 5, they're going to say, I know enough that I'm never selling my bag. I'm holding this shit. Because that's what we do here. We are that in-depth. And there's a reason for that, is because this project has earned... It's earned our respect, but it's also earned us as promoters because of what has happened, because of the delivery, the execution, and really the way the elegancy and how it's been created. This is a fine-tuned beast. This is that sexy 1968 Camaro that every part of the car is brand new. There's nothing used. There's nothing factory. Every part of this bad boy under the hood has been pimped out, has been chromed, has been dusted, has been painted, and is ready to tear up the streets. That's Shido Global, if you want my cryptic car analogy. And it's it's a beautiful thing. From the Perpetual to the Decentralized exchange to the wallet, which we're going to get to next, and 1.5. You know, the wallet for me, I'm not going to lie, the wallet for me has been probably the most frustrating part of tech we have. And that's because I know how great it can be. And I've waited for 1.5, right? I've waited for actual cross-chain integration. And we finally have it. Cross-chain is fully working. You have the multi-call swaps are in there, and now you have cross-chain inside the Shido wallet. Now we have 1.6, and then 1.7, 1.8, I think 1.9, and then 2.0. 2.0 is the Big Mac Daddy, which will be really the final update that brings all of the technology into the wallet. That's your Shido MasterCard, that's your Barclays Bank, that's your Perpetual, that's your DEX. That's everything inside the wallet in one piece of technology, fully functional, doing what it's designed to do. In the meantime, you have cross-chain in there, and then you have the other portions that are web-based until they're integrated, which is totally fine. Let's get them on web-based. Let's get them out. Let's get them working. Let's work out the kinks. Let's work out all the bugs. Let's make sure they're flawless, and then let's integrate them, right? And that's kind of the roadmap that we've got going on, leading us to 2.0. I firmly think that by the end of this year, I think everything with Shido is pretty much going to be out and fully functional, and we're going to be looking towards 2024, kind of asking Bjorn, what do you got next? You know what I mean? And yeah. I think by December of this year, and I can say it confidently, I think by December of this year, we're going to look back on this journey of over 12 months. You know, for us, it'll be at least 18 months. And really looking deep at where we were and where we are now and exactly what's happened. And I think we're going to all be pleasantly surprised. I don't think it's going to be a situation where in December we're sitting here going, well, shit, we're still at the same price point. Because if Shido Global is sitting at this price point in December, there's something wrong. Because it's either a failure of marketing or it's a failure of mass adoption. It's one of those two issues, which I don't think Bjorn is going to let his baby have either one of those two issues. You know, this dev team has worked incredibly hard to build this platform. God knows the amount of money that's gone into creating this thing. The last thing we're going to do is just let it sit there stagnant, right? That's just not how things are going to go down. So to me, that doesn't concern me. But Arno, I want to hear your thoughts on what you think we're going to see in December.
I think it's going to be a complete Shido takeover. I believe that you're going to see projects migrating over in mass, taking advantage of Shido Chain. And it's not going to be December. It's going to be leading up into December. Once Shido Chain goes live, you're going to see that mass exodus of all these projects coming over, because we all know that Solidity is pretty much, I intimately know that Solidity is the preferred choice of all contracts writers. So I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that Bjorn has done the right thing in trying to use the same contract logic. It's going to make it easy for all of these projects to come over there and port all of their stuff over there. And once that gets going, Shido Chain is going to mint millionaires, because the validators on there will have to be able to confirm transactions with SHI-20 tokens. Understand what that means, people, that the token itself is necessary. It's only going to be 80, I think about 95 billion as it is right now. It won't be that time after the burns take place. Not to mention all of the holders. It's not going to be enough to go around to satisfy that need for all of those validators within each of those projects, people. Understand? Think about it. Think about 100 projects. Think about 1,000 projects. Think about 10,000 projects, all validating with only a little 95 billion supply, which is already spoken for. Like half of it's already spoken for, with diamond-handed holders who understand what they hold. And most of you are going to be staking it the entire time anyway. I know I will, getting rewards the whole entire time. So I just don't know what to say about Shido. I've said everything that I could possibly say about this project. I don't know what else I can say. I think Shido is the Don Mega Mac Daddy of projects in terms of what bringing utility to the DeFi space, and what it's going to do in the coming months is going to be head turning, shock and awe. So that's my true. Those are my true heartfelt feelings about what Shido has to offer.
Yeah, man. No, you can't argue with facts, right? You can't argue with Shido. And Shido, it's interesting to look back on the last 8 months that we've been involved in the project, and I could throw it out there from the context of other projects that were running Shido's name through the dirt, right? Shitdo and all these other just stupid anagrams that they were trying to make fun of this project. Oh, it's a ninja token. Oh, it's a Shinja ripoff. Well, let's talk about that for a second. Shinja is gone. Well, it's not completely gone, but the dev walked away. The other project that was dogging Shido has pretty much all but just kind of stopped talking. And that's because Shido just kept on going, right? And here we are. Here we are now with all of this utility, flushed out, beautiful utility. It's hard to run your mouse at this point. It's hard to deny the existence of Shido. We're in the DeFi space, and we are absolutely about to dominate it. Everyone thinks that 2023, 2024 is going to be the bull run of meme coins. I don't think so. I think it's going to be the bull run of flushed utility. Utility and tokens that have purpose. A token that gives you a clear, defined reason of why it exists, whether that is paying you perpetual style payments, rewarding you in stablecoin, or offering you what Shido Global is offering with fiat on and off ramps and complete banking solutions. Tokens like that are some that are simplified, some that are more complex like Shido, but that have a defined route of where they're going and an executed plan of action are the tokens, in my opinion, that are going to run this year. Yeah, meme coins will have their run. Go put $100 in a meme coin. 50x it, make some money. But don't forget about the monsters in the room. And those are the big Mac daddies that have built this entire bear market that have not. They've struggled. Don't get me wrong. We've had our moments in Shido. We've all had our moments here, but have overcome those moments. And now that we're standing at the end of the bear market, which is another thing we're going to talk about tonight too. The opening graphics had a bull on it and said, "Has it begun?" And me and Arno we're going to talk about that too. But we're standing on the precipice, right? We're right there, and things are getting ready to fire off. And Shido's at the forefront. And the beautiful part about it is that as that bull run really kicks into high gear, everything with Shido, it is pretty much going to be fully fleshed out. You're talking about a project at that point that is just going to run. It's just going to run. That you're not going to stop it. The MasterCard is amazing. You look at the crypto space, and all of a sudden you're seeing all these other projects trying to come out with cards. And compete in this space. And I'm sorry, but none of them are going to compete with the Shido card. None of them, not including Crypto.com. You're done. Your time of dominance is over. And it's going to take a monster behemoth of a card to dethrone Shido once that MasterCard is fleshed out. So with that, I kind of want to move and talk about MasterCards because I feel like that's a great segue into this. And a couple of things I wanted to point out that I noticed here. So we've actually added, because there's been a lot of questions about what the hell Concierge actually gave you, right? Well, I saw this today. I'm going to break it down. We finally have a definition exactly as to what Concierge service is going to offer you. So let's read through it together. You're going to save precious time and money. Use your Shido MasterCard 24-hour virtual assistant for your service and travel needs. We also offer personal shopping, VIP event access, and unique experiences. That's actually pretty damn cool. Save up to 40% on flights and holidays. This one right here, I went, damn. I can save 40% on a flight? Bro, do you know how big that is?
I don't even, man. I'm just, I'm just in awe of this project. That's all I can say.
40%, man. 40% on flights, guys. Like I'll tell you right now, where I live, if I go from Boise, Idaho to California, it's like $500 for a round trip. Okay, if I can save 40% on that flight, yeah, I'm doing it. Okay, private transfers, exclusive negotiated rates on first and business class airfares. Exclusive. I want to point the word here. Exclusive negotiated rates. So that's first class and business class. Okay, you're going to get exclusive rates on that. 40% off standard airfare flights. That's Coach. I'm cool with Coach, man, if I'm saving 40%. Luxury car rentals. Are you kidding me right now? Check this out, Arno. Personal shopping assistant. Please tell me more. What the hell is a personal shopping assistant? I have to know.
I think that's someone that assists you shopping.
I think so. Like, literally, I'm assuming just does it for you. Luxury product procurement. Concert tickets. Activity experiences. Event access. VIP dining and restaurant bookings. Private event and party coordination and 24/7 live concierge chat support. Are you kidding me?
Insane.
Show me a card that offers any of that. Any of that.
Nothing. Nowhere. Not gonna happen.
That's god damn, it's insane. Magic for Life says, I would be surprised if we didn't hit 5 cents in the bull market. Magic, I'm going to tell you, I think your evaluation is a lot lower. I'm going to tell you to go higher on that.
I would say so.
My personal expectation. I think 5 cents. No offense to this, but I think 5 cents is fun.
5 cents is child's play. You're talking, if we're in a realized bull market with all this utility fleshed out, I'm sorry, you're looking at what you're talking about. You're talking about validating on blockchains and providing all these services in the wallet with cross-chain swaps with facilitating tokens, and it's being shipped apart. All these. I'm sorry, you're talking about multiple dollars. I don't want to be too over the top bullish, but I'm sorry. You have to be realistic with the evaluation. You're talking about multiple dollars. That's not an overstatement. You have to understand what utility supplies do and how they're stressed on between blockchains, and then they have anything outside of that. And then it goes down into the fact that the token supply is so small, and then you have to factor in that the validators themselves have to be paid fees on the tokens that have already been minted. Because remember, this token, to my knowledge, does not mint. So therefore, the fees must come from the tokens that have already been put out in circulation, meaning that they'll be getting token fees. They'll be getting paid on fees on tokens that have already been rendered, with the prospect that those tokens those fees will be worth much more in the future. By definition, you're depleting the supply, which means the price then goes up on those fees to be supplied on what is necessary. So you have to have the spread rise to meet the need. It's a fundamental fact of finance. It just I'm sorry, 5 cents is just no disrespect, Magic. You're my boy. I'm sorry. In a bull run with all this going on, no.
Yeah, no. And then let's talk about this, man. Traditional currencies. So Shadow MasterCard and Bank's flexible accounts gives you access to multiple traditional currencies, live real-time exchange rates, international bank transfer, and elegant exclusive MasterCards, allowing you to spend in more than 150 different traditional currencies around the globe. 150 different currencies. So not only are we like almost 200 countries that we support, but now you can trade in 150 different currencies. God damn it!
Exactly, man.
Live traditional currency exchange rates. Okay, boom, right on the bat. So you can swap whatever to whatever currency wherever you are. Make sure you can pay for what you're planning to pay for. Bank transfer exchange rates typically 4 to 8% better than high street banks. USD, GBP, EUR, CNY, and JPY accounts. So that's USD, the Euro, GPP, CNY, and JPY. I'm not sure what those three are, but you can have accounts in those 5 different currencies. Transfer funds in.
Right.
Go ahead.
That's essentially Forex, people. Shadow Wall Forex. And what do you think is going to happen when those people come in the Forex market? They're going to want to play the game in crypto. They're going to want to play the Perpetual game. It's not a far-fetched. I mean, people long and short currencies just as much. I mean, there's no reason why they wouldn't take the funds from there, come right into Shido Wallet. And that's the thing. Shido Wallet removes the friction, and they make everything simpler. And when you do that, finance always flows. So there's no reason why people playing the Forex market wouldn't come in the Shido Wallet, bring that value over here, go right into a perpetual situation, then take those gains, put it in a stable token, at which point that's going to make more value for a Shido Wallet because they'll be holding it in our ecosystem in that stable token most likely while using our master.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. It's goddamn.
I mean,
okay.
It just adds up. You have to think, if I was a Forex trader, how would I do it? That's how I would do it. I would bring my money there. I'd play the game, and when I'm not there, I'm in stable token. That's how I would do it.
Right. And then Shido corrected me here. I'm going to throw these up real quick, Arno. So it's Great Britain, Chinese yuan, British pound sterling, Japanese yen. So that's what those other ones were. Those are all the major players in the freaking world, man. Those are the major player currencies right there.
I have so much money flowing through Shadow Wallet, it's not even going to be funny, man. People need to start talking more about that aspect. So I don't see that enough in Shadow Chat. No one talks about the Forex market coming in here with all that money. You got to understand what Shadow's going to be doing. They're opening up channels for new finance to come in and play in crypto, which that's what crypto needs. On-off ramps is the number one vital concern for crypto to grow. You got to get dollars into crypto for everything to grow. If you don't do that, you get stagnation. That's what we have right now.
Exactly. Yeah, we do. Well, we're coming to the end of that stagnation. We're going to talk on that here in just a few minutes. You got transfer funds in and out of your account with SEPA, Swift, Fast Payment, Fed Wire payments. So basically, you can transfer it to any bank account worldwide, is what that's telling you. Spend 150 plus traditional currencies around the globe with Club Swan card. This shit just gets better, dude. International ATM withdrawals. Come on. Daily ATM withdrawal limit up to $5,000, bro. $5,000 daily. Man. High fiat account limits, free fiat transfers between Shido members. That's really damn cool. So let's just say, right? Like, we're out kicking it or something. Me and Arno are out in Tahiti, and he's grabbing drinks. He's $7 short, whatever. I can transfer it straight to his Shido card, no fees.
Yeah.
Boom.
You could have made it real. Like, you should have made like $700 short. Maybe I'm buying drinks for everybody. $7 short. I doubt that.
I didn't want to make you fill out,
I'm buying.
This is the most important right here. This is the most important. And if there's one thing that you take away from this AMA tonight, I need all of you to get your butts on Twitter and tweet about this. Shadow MasterCard, fully FCA regulated for your peace of mind.
Shit. That's all I got to say.
Fully FCA regulated. 24/7 customer support and service. Damn. Matt's just got a question. He says, how is the MasterCard monthly fees paid? Traditional bank account or from DeFi wallet? That I don't have an answer for you. I think that question was asked to Bjorn. I'm assuming that it's just going to come out of the fees in the wallet. I would assume that it would just come out of the wallet. So you would just have your money in there and your monthly fees would be deducted. But you're going to make those monthly fees back in your staking. You're going to make those fees back in the rewards and the cash back you get. So honestly, those fees, they're very minimal. And man, let's be honest. If you're holding 10 million tokens and this thing goes to multiple dollars, fees are the last thing that's going to be on your mind. You're holding millions of dollars.
Yeah, you
Fees
have
are
to.
going to be the last thing you care about.
People look at Shido when like you're looking at Shido like how your life is now. Like once Shido gets to where it's at, you're not gonna be worrying about a two. I don't even care if it's $200 fee. That's
Right.
who, listen. Shido gets like Shido price $2.67. You got 10 million tokens. Do you really care?
I mean, let's show it. Let's show it. You said $2.67. Okay,
You
10
got 10
million
million.
tokens.
Basically, that's 20. That's 20 million tokens
That's
plus.
26,700,000.
There you
Imagine
go.
if you hold 10 million tokens at $2.67, you're sitting on $26 million. Do you really truly care about a fee? No.
A yearly fee.
You're more worried at this point, my friend. You're more worried about what elegant dinner you're having, what beautiful woman you're taking out on a date, what of the 12 vehicles you own you're going to drive, and what country you're going to go visit next. You're not worried. You're not worried about a fee.
And the price of jet fuel by the gallon.
Yes, for the love of God, jet fuel by the gallon.
Yeah.
You know, and then let's just talk about the card tiers, right? Shido virtual card. If you don't want to carry a physical card, you don't have to. Just do freaking virtual. It's free. Available for all tiers. All tiers. It's good to go. Shido plastic.
There's nothing to be said, man.
It's insane, bro. It's insane. Shido plastic exclusive, right? Free. Available for all tiers. Shido solid aluminum. You're going to pay $150 for the card. Available for tiers silver, platinum, and diamond. You want the stainless steel? You're going to pay $490 for the card. Cool, let's go. Available for platinum and diamond tier. You want the 24 karat gold plated? You're going to pay $3,700. I'm going to tell you right now, that's the card I'm going for. You know, I can't do 23 grand right now, but you know what? When I can throw 23 grand at a card and not flinch, I'll upgrade to the 24 karat card and I'll discontinue the gold plated. But you know what? You bet your bottom ass I'm going for a gold plated card. That's dope as hell. That's a sick card, man. You know, and if you go baller status, you're gonna get an exclusive handcrafted Italian wooden box, and it's only available for the diamond tier. Yeah, see, magic right here, bro. He's at 25 million and still adding. Dude, bro, stop worrying about fees, homie. Stop worrying about fees, my man. You are good. You ain't gonna have to worry about a thing, bro.
Only thing you got to worry about is what tailor to choose.
Now, the only thing on this I'm going to cover, I'm going to tell you the rest of this. I'm just going to let you guys go read it. But right up here, straight up, Shido exclusive is a $25 joining fee. If you want to go for the Shido silver tier, which gives you all these benefits, there is a $45 fee. Let me backtrack. Shido exclusive, $25 joining fee. There's a $7.95 monthly fee. Okay, dog food ain't nothing. If you want to go for the silver tier, it's $45 at one time, $10 a month. Are you kidding me? If you're not going to make over $10 in staking, then you have a reason to be concerned about a fee. All right. And if you're telling me right now that you're not making at least $10 in staking, we need to talk because you need to buy more Shido. Platinum, $245 to join. Okay, that gets you in the tier. $15 a month for a fee. Get out of here. You're worried about fees? Shido Diamond, $295 to get into the top tier, top echelon, regardless of what card you hold. You can pay $295 and then you can just use a virtual card and never pay for a card. Like, cool. You don't have to show off if you don't want to. You're getting all the top tier benefits. Okay? You're gonna pay $20 a month. Whoop-de-doo. I'm not worried about it. Arno, are you worried about $20 a month?
No.
I mean, I hate to say this. I pay that in like 2, maybe 3 days now in Starbucks. God damn it. My Starbucks addiction's terrible, bro. I'm a strawberry frappuccino guy with extra whip. And Starbucks, if you're listening, I hate you because you've raised your prices and you suck. But hey, it's all right. Salty. But yeah, I mean that's where we're sitting right now with Shido and the MasterCard. That's coming this month. So if you guys aren't bullish, if you still think you're not going to make money on this project, or you're sitting on the fence and you're just not adding to your bag, and you've watched opportunity after opportunity to go past you, man, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. I will tell you, I DCA every time. I save $1,000. I go DCA. I don't do it in small chunks. I DCA and I DCA hard because I understand what I hold. Arno understands what he holds. Like, we're ready to go. We are sitting here just waiting. The rocket is loaded. The fuel's being injected. It's just a matter of time until we hear the countdown. Your ass better be ready. Because there is not going to be a second opportunity once this thing runs. It's just not going to be.
Yeah. That just doesn't figure tonight. This is the holy grail situation.
It is. It's literally a holy grail. You know, I go back to your Indiana Jones reference, man. Oh. I was watching Indiana Jones last night, and that exact one came on. I was like, God, yeah. First thing I thought it was you, and I was like, "There's Arno. he's coveting the Shido."
Man, making that switch from that bag of sand to a golden idol is like, man, that's literally what it is.
bag of volted sand. God damn. So, you know, we've talked about the decks, the wallet.
Right, at a price that we haven't seen and never will see again.
You telling me? Let's talk a little bit about Shido Chain. So I know you were super passionate about Shido Chain. I mean, we're all super passionate. But when we really break it down, the bolts, we don't have a lot of info right now. Let's just be real. We don't have info validators. We don't have a lot of info. We're all kind of just in the dark right now, waiting. Magic, we'll touch on that momentarily. Says I hear a tier 1 exchange might be coming soon, maybe next week. We'll touch on that here in a bit. One thing I want to point out, really the only thing I want to talk about here, is the date was met. Shido Chain StageNet. Okay? And he hasn't updated the roadmap. He needs to. Bjorn, you need to update your roadmap. But Alpha Testnet launched. So the thing here that really is bullish to me is we're on schedule, right? Because me and Arno talked about this. Said, well, if Alpha Chain didn't launch at the end of the month, we could be looking at a little bit of a delay. And we were all sitting in our seats like, okay, is it coming? When is Alpha launch? And then boom, Bjorn just dropped it out of the blue. Said, yeah, by the way, Alpha launch is good. We're on. Boom, here we go. That tells me that Shido Chain is progressing as planned on schedule. You guys need to understand, this is the final catalyst. As it stands right now, and this is the biggest catalyst of them all. Shido Wallet cross-chain, great. Beautiful. This is the biggest catalyst. Oops, sorry, I missed a question here from Joe Vaughn. Can we just pay for whatever tier card without staking? Yeah, you don't have to stake, bro. Just make sure you have $20 in there to pay for the card, or whatever the fee is. Absolutely. Yeah, you don't have to stake if you don't want to stake. But I will tell you, when it's in-house, you should definitely stake. Because it's simple, transfer done, right into the staking pool. You're gonna get a lot of Shido. You should stake, especially if you're a long-term holder. You should stake your tokens. Gigavolt says Diamonds is a dude's best friend. Yes, sir. But no, going back to Shido Chain, right? Shido Chain is your final countdown, right? This is the moment where you're going to see a multiple dollar price point. I firmly believe that when Shido Chain is fully fleshed out, like Arno said, we're not going to be sitting here. By the time we get here, you're not going to be sitting fractionary. You'll be in the cents. I firmly believe before Shido Chain drops, we'll be in the cents. That's my prediction. I think, Arno, you probably share that same evaluation.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now, so with that being said, Shido Chain is what's going to bring us to the multiple dollars. Now, Shido Chain will be here before December. And that's why we were using the analogy earlier of around December. We're thinking multiple dollars. Because Shido Chain will be out, fully flushed and running. And you better bet the top holders are going to be looking to become validators. They're going to be moving all of their tokens to Shi20. They're going to be validating transactions and making money hand over fist.
Mm-hmm. And it's not just going to be even someone who has just 2 million tokens is going to clean up. Just 2 million.
Oh, well, I agree. I'm just saying, like, the top holders are going to look at that, and it's a no question asked. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs to be looking at it and going, yes, I want to validate. 100%. But you better understand, the top holders in this project, they're eyeballing validation. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They're eyeballing that validation. Shido Queen says CEX is finalized. We don't know when it will be announced yet. It is under an NDA. That stands for non-disclosure agreement. They will announce us. We do not announce them. So, Shadow Chain, Wallet 1.5, 2.0 integration, Perpetual, Dex, MasterCard, and freaking burns galore. This month moving forward is just going to be insane for Shadow. I think we're on the precipice of it just running and not stopping. And the bull run is just going to help it happen. So with that, let's talk a little bit about the bull run, Arno, because I know that is something that's near and dear to both of our hearts. And I kind of want to hear your thoughts on where we're sitting globally. Because right now, just to show you, do you remember when we talked 4 days ago and we were at a $938 billion market cap?
Yeah.
We are now at a 1.10 trillion.
Amazing.
So we're up 2.23% on the day. But go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's amazing that we can just that's just crypto for you. Like the amount of money that just goes through the space is just amazing to me. But it just goes to show you what I'm talking about, how money goes through chains, and how when I say multiple dollars for when Shadow Chain goes live, when it gets fully flushed and projects start getting on there with validators and everything, it when you look at where we're going in crypto, it's not hard to see. Like we still have to recover back to around $2.8 trillion before we even get to a fully flushed out bull run. So right now it's like this is just the beginning, man. It's just a matter of everything going running.
Yeah, no, I agree. Gigs, I wanted to touch this. You said, what am I missing? Why do whales make more as validators? They don't. My point I was trying to make is top holders in this project, meaning, and when I say top holders, maybe I should reword that. The educated holders in this project are paying attention to validation because they understand that is where you're going to make a substantial amount of money. It's a new blockchain. It's a crap ton of projects looking to get their transactions validated, and we need validators. So the educated, smart investors, I guess is a better way to coin that, are watching very closely because they see the writing on the wall. It's coming, and validation is just screaming dollar signs. That's all it's screaming. So,
but having said that too, being a validator, it's not just about first come first serve. It's just like staking pools. Yes, you can be in the staking pool and get your percentage, but it's also going to be about block reward and impact. Like the more you put in, the more you're going to have impact, and the more you're going to get out. Especially with validators and confirming transactions. Remember, validation is about confirming transactions along the chain in a set in a project. Now you take that and you have a token that's a governance token to take care of all projects in a chain where they have to go through that one token. And obviously those tokens are going to be harder to come by because they're going to be few in number. Thus, why the price to provide that on fees for validators is going to have to go up to meet that spread. And the percentages on those transactions will have to go out in smaller quantities, but they'll be valued as more for those confirmations. Right. So obviously the more you have, the more you're going to make. So that's kind of, that's just the ABCs of what being a validator is all about. But that's why
it's a hand in the nail.
Right, but I was saying about that too. Like even someone like our supply is so small that even someone with just 2 million tokens is going to do very, very well like even if you just delegate for tokens, you don't have to even run a node. You just delegate your tokens and do a profit share, and just delegate. You're still going to do well. So like, especially in the early going, like the people who come in late, like I really do see like the second, like when Shadow fully gets fleshed out, you're gonna have people holding bags of around 10,000, 20,000 tokens, and it's gonna be a big deal. The price will be so much higher, but when it comes to validating, being a validator, they're not really going to have much sway because you're gonna be basically competing against people who have 50 million, 30 million, even 10 million. Those people will already have that priority to get their stuff to go out there and validate transactions before you do because, quite frankly, they have more of it. They don't have to. They don't have to go through the fee structure like you do, and they can afford to pay those fees. Particularly now, if you're doing profit share, you can bypass that and get on a pool. But if you're running a node, you're gonna have to compete against those other people who have larger bags than yours to confirm those transactions. So, yeah, I
Hey,
mean,
I think. Hold on. Hey, we just broke the 0 on the Ethereum side. Shout out to you, Shadow Queen. So we are
yeah,
now 3 zeros and a 1-0-0-1. Let's go. Let's go.
that's way
Let's
more.
go.
That's way more
Awesome.
interesting. What I'm talking about, goddamn.
No, I just wanted to throw it out there. I was looking through chat real quick, and no, that's awesome.
Get that motherfucker. Get them zeros going forever.
Shit, seriously, I don't ever want to see that shit come back again.
Yeah.
God, get it gone. Let's eat the next one. Jesus.
That's it.
But yeah, no, validation is huge. Really, I mean that's really the meat and potato of Shadow Chain for our perspective, what we're looking into. And just the fact that the price squeeze is going to happen, the supply demand is going to increase, and your bags are going to swell. So, yeah, back to Bitcoin, right? How you feeling? 24,919. We broke 25. We went, I think we almost hit 26, or broke 26, and we bounced back to 24.9. But how you feeling about Bitcoin? I don't know. What's your views?
Remember, I've said it before. It's oversold. It needs to pump. I mean, I've been seeing people talking about it. Oh, they saw it coming and all this other stuff. I'm like, it didn't have anywhere to go. I mean, you can't. It's oversold. Like the long-term price is oversold, so it needs to. There's nowhere else to really go. I mean, the price is already. The bottom is so priced in right now that it would take a ginormous sell-off from all the major holders of Bitcoin, and we just know that's not going to happen. That's what oversold really means. When you get oversold, it would take people with large positions to sell off to move it down further. Now could it happen? Of course, theoretically, but why would you do that to yourself when you're relying? You're holding a big position, and you're already up, and you know that the run's coming. Why would you sell off? Why would you sell off? Your 2% stake of Bitcoin when you got to. Why would you do that to yourself? So Bitcoin should be run. Like I said, once it gets up to about 27, 28, it should run to about 39, 50. I got it going to 59,000 at some point before that's the resistance on when it begins to run. Because it's you gotta understand our all-time high, I believe was it 68,000? I believe it was 68,000.
Yeah, 69, 68.9.
69,000 was our all-time high. On my charts, on my metrics, I got at 59,000 for our resistance before we even get close to that. That exponential growth is right out there. That's only really what we go 25, 50. That's just a 1x and a half essentially.
Right.
That's a recovery, mind you. Remember I said recovery is just people who are DCing in on money that was already there for people who had bags, who took losses and just been bringing back in new money. So Bitcoin should be running. It's just a matter of time. It doesn't have anywhere to go but up.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree 100%. Now, let me ask you the honest question. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that the bull is here, or are we still in the death throes of the bear market? I want to hear your honest, no bullshit opinion.
Honest, no bullshit opinion. Me personally, I think there's manipulation going on, but the bull is here. But there's manipulation. There's this concerted effort by the powers that be to want to keep crypto basically at the lowest point so they can get continued for two reasons. One, they don't want the little guy to win. Let's just call it what it is. And number two, they want to be able to tax it. but they'll never be able to because the choke points on crypto are always going to the only way you can choke point crypto is on the on and off ramps. Once it gets in the DeFi, baby, you're done. Johnny Law can't touch it. IRS man can't touch it. There's nothing you can do. Once it gets in DeFi, it's game over. As I've said before, to police crypto, it would take the entire budget of the CIA 10 times over just to be able to to even get close. You're talking about millions and millions of hacks every day. It would take the entire CIA budget 10 times over to police crypto at the surface level. And then once
it's never going to happen.
Exactly. It's never going to happen. So, me personally, to me, so ask your question, the bull is here. It's just a matter of the manipulation getting out of the way to let it run. That's where we're at, man.
Yeah. So, when do you think the bull's going to start?
Like I said, it's already here. It's just a matter of we getting away from all these ridiculous hiccups that keep happening. Yeah?
Well, I feel like the recovery is here. I feel like the full-on bull, in my opinion, is a couple months out. I think the full-on bull is a couple months out. I think the recovery is absolutely on.
We'll be in a bull run.
Full-on bull. Oh, go ahead.
Once we get past 2.8 billion dollars. Excuse me, $1 trillion in market cap. Then it's a bull run because now we've recovered all of our losses. Then it's just a matter of us going beyond that.
Right.
So now the recovery is already happening right now. It's just a matter of us getting back up to speed at 2.8 trillion. Once we get, me personally, we get to 2.5, it's on because at that point, everybody's going to be feeling it. It's going to be euphoria. They're going to keep putting more and more money up. We're going to surpass it. Probably go to about maybe 4, 6, 7 trillion. I mean, we should be there now. All due respect, we should be there now.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I'm thinking. We're March right now. I think May. I've always kind of held by May. I think May is going to be when we're going to start to see. I think by May we're going to see above 30,000 on Bitcoin. I'm hesitant to say a number just because I think it's going to be. I really believe, and I firmly believe that this bull run is going to mirror 2015 in a lot of ways because it has. The fractal patterns have damn near lined up perfectly. And if you looked at 2015, what I loved about the 2015 bull run, when you look at the chart, right, is that it was a very slow and steady and meticulous climb to the top. There was no like wham bam, thank you ma'am, and now we're in a bear market. It was meticulous, it was slow, but steady, constant growth, right? And you built one hell of a good foundation, which meant that you didn't see a bunch of retracements. You just saw day after day, steady growth, right? All the way to the top, and then you hit the bear, and then you had steady foundation to build upon, went through the bear cycle, and came back into the bull run. I firmly believe that that's what we're going to see here in 2023. What do you think about that?
When you talk about like charting a price and when it's going to happen, there's no time. I just know the stage is set because you go on the long-term metrics of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 100% oversold. It does it. The only way it could go down is if like the lion's shareholders were just to dump it, and why would they ever do that?
Well, and we're also seeing a lot of retail investor money flowing in, which is exactly what we want to see. Because that's what starts your bull run is the retail investor coming in trying to take up positions.
Right.
So, no, it's cool, man. It's good. It's good to hear that we're on agreement on that. And I firmly believe. I think by May, we're gonna see some shit. So it's gonna be good. With that, I kind of want to take a couple moments before we close out for the night. And just kind of talk about where we have been for the last week and kind of what we've been working on. And, we designed something that we're super proud of, but also something with all the communities that we're in mind, right? And that is that's Stack G. And I wanted to throw out there to you guys that are listening tonight. We would encourage you to go take a look. We designed this for the investor, right? And we designed it. I want to talk briefly about why we designed it, and then I'm really going to hand it to Arno to go in a little bit on these last 15 minutes before we close out. But the big thing for me was really thinking about the Shido wallet and thinking about the Shido MasterCard when we made this project. So our project designs or rewards you in USDT stable based on buy and sell volume. Excuse me, 4% from the buys, 6% from the sales. And for every 1,000 tokens traded upon, it sends out a batch of rewards based on your bag size and 24-hour trading volume will dictate the size of reward you gain. And you get that in USDT stable. So when we designed this project, as I said, we're very passionate Shido holders, and I thought, what's another cool way? Me and Arno were both like, what's a cool way that we could reward Shido holders, that we could reward the Alcazar people that are also into Shidozar, or into Shido. Shidozar. There we go. There's a new combined token. That all the tokens, right? The communities that are kind of interwebbed, right? Because we're all one big family, and we all invest in these three projects because we have trusted devs there. Even the Cube-based community, right? They're intertwined into the Shido community as well. And so we thought, well, what could we do that would make things a little bit interesting and more aggressive on the reward scale, which would be Stack G. And so literally, if you think about this, how ingenious it is, if you have a bag of Stack G and you have it just sitting in your Shido wallet, you literally could have this pay your MasterCard fees. Because you're going to gain that and a whole lot more as trading volume fluctuates day to day. It's super ingenious. With that, I want to kind of pass over to Arno just to kind of touch the torch a little bit on Stack G and really just kind of tell the story of why we made it. What it means to Arno, what it means to me. And we appreciate you guys hanging out for the last 10 minutes of this AMA and giving us an opportunity to talk on it. Because I do feel like it's intertwined in the Shido ecosystem, right? We made it to benefit everybody. And it's just one more way to put money in your pocket. So, Arno, with that, I'm going to pass it over to you for a few minutes. And then we'll close out for the night.
Exactly. I mean, Stack G and the purpose of Stack G is to become the way that I foresaw it is it's going to become a tradable token that's going to have a predictable bottom. But with all holders who would be holding it before that would happen, you will be receiving USDT on all trade volume. Now, once it becomes a stabilized token for trading, that volume that comes in is going to be rewarding all the early holders who have been holding diamond-handedly. And you'll be able to go ahead and just it's just a good prospect for not only traders, but also holders. And then when you start factoring on the implications with Shido DEX, having it there and on the Shido wallet, you could 100% use that to pay out because that, guess what? Our token does not burn. And let me explain to you why that is. People, I understand what people want, and keep in mind, our token supply is 1 million tokens. And the purpose for why I made an anti-burn is because it's a rewards token. It's not a reflection token. It's a rewards token. That means that you need to have the token out there in mass working for your community. The more trades you have, remember, per every 100 token, I have to correct you, Vahal, it was per every 100 tokens up to 1,000 is collected. And then it is held.
My bad.
It's okay. Once that 1,000 is collected, it is then set aside for a batch to go out. You need to have that volume in there to trigger that continuously. The further you take the tokens down, the more you lessen the impact for your rewards to go out, and that hurts the community incentive to hold, and thus Stack G's model would never work indefinitely. The way it's set up is that you would essentially have a token that would never relinquish its bottom from a predictable standpoint, while at the same time maintaining volatility, so it becomes a very safe haven for day traders to go make money because there's a good profit margin to make money, while at the same time having good volume for all your holders to make a very good, nice amount of USDT rewards based on your percentage. Also, too, the way it's designed is that we don't have whales. Let me understand now. You can have a 2% bag, but it's a 1 million supply. So no one person from one wallet can dump Stack G into perpetuity. There's no way you can do it unless you were to have multiple wallets and then coordinate with somebody else, but it wouldn't be in their best interest or yours to do it, because if you both dump at the same time, you'll hurt each other's bag. And on top of that too, why would you want to ever sell 2% of something that you know you're going to be getting rewards up to anywhere on volume up to 500, 50,000, 100,000, 500,000, eventually 1 million volume a day? the payouts on USDT on those types of volume are going to be ginormous at a 2% clip. You would never want to do that to yourself. Now,
Yeah.
what that would mean for Shido's wallet. Think about having Stack G as your default payment. Well, what would happen was you would have it in your wallet. It goes out and gets paid. The bank then takes it. They're going to trade it. They're going to eventually trade that back into DeFi. They're going to hold it in their wallet and trade it back into DeFi. It goes back into the pool. It gets collected and then traded upon. It's a constant reciprocal purpose or pattern. So you just have volume at every single point. And during all this entire process, USDT is pushed out to the community holders in perpetuity. And understand this. Right now, myself and Valhalla are doing all we can with marketing. We're doing everything we can. Right now, our marketing wallet is coming along slowly because we're just starting up. But once this token reaches a point to where it no longer needs sustained marketing from individuals, I will renounce the contract and I will take that extra percentage, that is 6% that goes to marketing. I will then install that into the rewards and bring rewards from 10% to 16%. Understand, the USDT rewards will go from 10% on all buys and sales to 16% on all buys and sales, meaning, and they'll be renounced, meaning that every single buy and every single sale will have a disposition in between 16% between the two of them, going to community holders.
And that's insane. Now, I want to touch on that real quick, because there are a few other projects such as StackG out there on different chains, Polygon, BNB, ETH, so on. The difference is none of them are offering 16% rewards. None of them. Our plan is very precise and clear. I want to echo it because I want you guys to drive this point home. Those that are here listening, I'm assuming are here listening because you're curious about StackG. So we're going to close this AMA out with StackG, and I want to make sure you get the full informed view, right? 10% reward is bullish. We have people that have already made almost $100 in 7 days by holding a max bag. Okay, I want you to understand that in rewards. Now, imagine what's going to happen with $25,000 and $30,000 in 24-hour trading volume at 16% rewards. You will not find that in a single project out here but StackG. Go ahead, Mike. Draw back to you, Arno.
All right, imagine what's going to happen when it hits 100 grand. Then it's going to have days where it does 500 grand when it gets up to speed. Because at that point, once we've gotten to the point to where we're doing an average of around 80 to 200 grand a day, I'll relinquish the contract. There'll be no need for it at that point to have that marketing wallet. It'll already be realized. It'll be grandfathered in as a safe, what it's supposed to be, a safe haven. Because let me tell you about day traders. Day traders have their specialty tokens that they set aside, that they know that they can go to every single day. If I'm having a slow day, I can go ahead and day trade. I'm not gonna 50x the market, but I'm gonna make some good capital so I can take to another play and make some moves. StackG is gonna be that, because the genius of this is you have a bottom that you can basically call. You know those holders aren't going anywhere. It's not gonna fall to fractionary levels. They're making too much USDT. They're incentivized to hold. So me as a day trader going into there with this volatility, I know I can play these regions accurately every single day.
I want to shout out real quick. Magic had a question for you, Arno. I want you to touch on this too. Magic, I need to correct you though. It's only 1 week, sir. So he says there are only 76 holders in almost 2 weeks. Correction, that's 7 days. Not bad. But what are you going to do to get the word out? That's really what we're talking about right here. But I want to touch one point, and then I'm flipping it right back to Arno. You gotta understand marketing. Marketing is different depending on the token. Okay, so I will tell you, we have Flashy Cash signed on as a lifelong promoter to StackG. Also, a very well-known promoter in Shido, Keybase, Volt, and many other communities. Doing a great job. Outside of that, we have calls lined up. We have some decentralized exchanges that will be coming to churn additional volume and opportunity to buy. We are already live on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and now tradable on KyberSwap, as well as PancakeSwap. There is a decentralized exchange that I will not name, but we are in talks to get listed on. that is coming soon. But the major part here is to understand this isn't a token where you're so much worried about how much your bag is worth. This is a token where you want buy and sell volume. We don't want a moonshot of just straight buy, boom, our bag is huge. We want buys and sells very predictable in the chart. If you look at our chart right now, you can actually see that happening in the chart, okay? We're holding a 6-cent price floor right now. And if you look, right here on this big green candle, we did over a 7x when we launched. So we told all of you to buy a bag. Those that didn't, you missed out on a 7+X, but that's okay. The point is, if you look here, you'll see sell pressure, buy pressure. Okay, we hit a certain point, which is right around the 10 cent right here, and we shot right back. But then you'll see down here, we come down and we consolidate around the 6 to 8 level. Right now, we're holding at the 6 level. Anytime we get around this level, you see a pump that happens because these are people day trading. These are people that are already understanding the metric that Arnos put in place. They understand the bottom. So they're trading the bottom and they're building the volume and they're getting rewarded USDT in their wallets. It's very ingenious.
Yes, that's
Arno.
the way it's designed. It's designed to be a safe haven for day traders while providing rewards to holders long term who provide that bottom for these day traders. Everybody wins and nobody dumps on anybody. That's what DeFi should be about. Projects that sustain good, healthy practices that allow people to accurately trade them and confidently hold them. That's what it should be about. It shouldn't be about moonshots every 5 seconds or degen plays or somebody trying to call a token out of the blue and then it goes up for about 24 hours. Then the next thing you know, it's lost like about 800% of its value after it ran.
And we need to touch on this one, Arno, real quick. I want you to touch on this. Magic Life here. Are you getting on a centralized exchange? The website reads no CEX. You read correctly. I made sure that was crystal clear on the website, but we'll explain to you why. So I will tell you the answer is no, and because the rewards would not be included, which is why you would not want to be on a centralized exchange. So Arno, I'm going to pass it right back to you, and I want you to take that in depth.
That's the exact, and you just basically told them what you need to know. I mean, decentralized, these rewards are based on the contract of a decentralized nature. If it gets into it, remember, a centralized exchange is no different than a person having a contract address. Think about it. They take the tokens out and then they trade it within their own ecosystem. Then they would be getting the USD rewards, not the people on the exchange or outside of the exchange. It's no different than myself or Valhalla having a contract and then we take tokens out and then we trade them amongst ourselves. The community wouldn't get it. It's no different. You have to see that decentralized, keeping everything 100% decentralized is the only way that you can ensure that the rewards get doled out to the community 100%. And if we add a centralized exchange, yes, you might get a price pump and then you get a price dump and then you get arbitrage. But what happens is you rob your community of the rewards. They would have no exposure to any of that volume for USDT rewards. So StackG will never be on a centralized exchange. There's absolutely no use case for it in our ecosystem. So going back to what I was saying about providing the price floor, as you can see right here, it's building it right now as we're going. Look at these small trades. That's what StackG is designed to be. And as the volume goes up, the trades will get bigger and bigger and bigger in girth, and the volume will go up, and the USDT rewards will become more frequent, and thereby bigger at every 24-hour period. Because remember, it gets for every 100 tokens traded upon, buy or sell, a percentage of USDT is attached to that, up to 1,000. Then they are set aside again until it gets batched out and gets paid out to the community in one batch. Some people get theirs faster than others based on contract and gas fees on the blockchain or whatever, but everybody gets their share based on the percentage that you hold. And if Valhalla, could you go to our rewards poster and just showcase some of that for the people watching at home?
Yeah, I was actually going to read through the Medium article real quick here, which highlights all of that. Do you want me just to? Let me just read through it real quick for everybody watching, so they get the full gist of what happened from pre-sale to where we are. And then yeah, I got some screenshots for rewards. So let's talk about pre-sale, right? So pre-sale was 3/7/2023. When Stack G launched on pre-sale, early morning the U.S. time, 12 p.m. UTC time. We wanted to make sure it was fair for all markets. Sucked for us in the U.S. because it was early as hell. But you know what? We did it to make sure that Europe and Asian markets had an opportunity to buy. Now, we sold out within seconds. Seconds. We went from 0 to 40 BNB. Complete insta-sell.
Yeah.
We hit goal in seconds. Now, those are people who wanted their 2% back. Those are the smart investors. Out of those, how many did we have on pre-sale? Like, I think 18, wasn't it? Something like that? That were... How many 2% backs do we have on pre-sale? Do you remember?
I believe we had 16. I believe
16,
so.
okay.
16.
And we're down to 8. So out of the 16, only 8 of them truly understood what they held and have still held that bag. And we're going to show you screenshots of their rewards here in a second. We had a shout out from Jimpad. Congratulations to Stack G Crypto for successfully raising their pre-sale in only a few seconds. Absolutely bullish. And then let's talk about launch day. This was the chart on launch. So just so you guys can all see this here. That is a 7x plus, ladies and gentlemen. That is launch. We launched at just about 3 cents, and we crested at 20 cents all-time high. You 7x'd on launch with our token. 7x. I'm going to play a quick video that is going to describe to you guys exactly how you earn with Stack G. So let's go ahead and mute ourselves a quick, Arno.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we won't relap that. But the point there is again, just reiterating exactly what Arno said. That the more tokens traded, the more volume, the better the payouts are. So it's absolutely what you want to see in a token and in a project. Stack G is completely designed to just simply reward you for holding it back. Now, when we talk about that, right, volume. Stack G payouts are based on buy and sell volume. Every time an investor buys, 4% from the buy tax and 6% from the sales tax goes towards the 10% payouts that investors attain. You get that in USDT. Bag size. The bigger your bag of Stack G, max of 1% at this point, which is 10,000 tokens, the greater the reward you will attain when batch payouts go out. Remember, for those that bought in on pre-sale, they had the opportunity to attain a 2% max bag. This was only available during pre-sale, and if you sell out of your position, you will never be able to attain it again unless you do multiple wallets, which you're not going to have the same impact, and it wouldn't be worth doing. We show you here, we have a couple different charts to break down exactly how you can get paid, or how your payments would work. I would encourage you guys just to read this Medium article. I'll link it in chat. For those, again, that are interested in hanging out with us past the Shido AMA, that's why we're going in detail here. We wanted to close out with what we've been working on and really just kind of show you guys. We built something to reward the holders and the loyal community members, and we'd love to have you guys a part of that. Let's go down here, though, and talk about payout rewards, because this is where it starts to really, put the meat to the grinder, right? So the screenshots below are from launch until today. So that's exactly 7 days. And this is what our diamond-handed holders have received so far by simply holding their position here in Stack G. It doesn't take much to understand why it's so important to get in early and to hold your Stack G positions. All right, so we got one guy right here, has made $90.15. And I know Arno's going to want to touch on this, so anytime he wants to come in. But this is a reward for you simply holding your bag. This is somebody who's pretty close to a 2% bag. And has already made $90 in 7 days in USDT rewards. Now you could take that $90 and you could have that in your Shido wallet. And anytime on the month that you have to pay that MasterCard fee or any fees, you have a self-governing mechanism that's just putting money in your wallet every single day, based on buy and sell volume. And in the bull run, you better believe this is going to run. And in the bull run, you could see $50,000, $60,000 a day, 24-hour trading volume, your rewards would be insane. We have another person here who's made $72.43 USDT just for holding their bag. This is a holder who's got a little bit less of a bag, still is right around $57. I mean, that is
right. And
not anything to shake a stick at. Go ahead, Arno. What you got?
You have to put these numbers in the context. If you can bring up our poster that we created, I want people to understand. Like, people sometimes get caught up in the here and now. Understand what the volume really means, and understand how to do the formula. Like, I've talked about the formula many times, how to calculate, formulate how you can calculate your expected output on a given token.
Here, hold on. Let me pull it up. Hold on, Arno. Sorry, buddy. Let me pull it up this way for you. Because the way I was trying to pull it up, there we go. Now I can actually make it bigger so you guys can actually talk about it. All right, go ahead.
So you basically take your volume and you take your rewards percentage and you multiply it by the percent that you hold of the token. And remember, Stack G, you always know Stack G is 1 million tokens forever. Does not burn, does not mint. So you can always just take whatever you have and divide that by 1 million tokens, and then you get your percentage. And then that percentage is what you'll use to multiply that by the volume that in a 24-hour period. And you can do this by the hour. You can use volume. I mean, you can do it by the year. You could take the volume by the year and multiply it by that percentage and get to what you would have in a year. But for the sake of argument, this is doing it by the day. You would take 24-hour volume, multiply it by 10% or 16%. You can also do that from when we eventually do those 16% rewards, see what it would be like at that point. But essentially what you do, you take 24-hour volume, multiply it by the reward percentage and your stake. And what we've done for you is we've given you the payouts at certain allotments for a 1,000 bag, a 10,000 bag, a 20,000 bag, and everything else in between.
It's a 1, 5, 10, and 20 are the what we've set there to give you an example. And Gigs, who's in chat, said, yeah, he's made $98.79 in 7 days. Super bullish.
Yep. I'm not sure how much he holds, but that probably is close to a 1% plus bag, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't seen his tweets lately. Maybe if I saw one, maybe I'd know for sure. But I'm pretty sure he's up to about 1+.
And Magic, you're totally welcome, man. I appreciate you. We appreciate you asking questions, bro, because that tells me that you're informed and you're trying to educate yourself on it, and that's what we're all about, man. That's why I responded to you when you asked about the audit and the contract and all that good stuff. And I want to touch on that too. This was built on the Gympad platform. Gympad automatically audits everything before it rolls out. So the audit is partnered with Contract Wolf in the development of the contract on Gympad. Everything is certified and guaranteed before it's rolled out. So the smart contract has already gone through multiple audits before it's even allowed to be processed onto pre-sale. So, Devon, appreciate you. Says you guys have done great work. Gigs is holding a 2% max bag. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 2% max bag, and he's got $100. 2% max bag on pre-sale was 2 BNB, so it was about $600. He's already gotten almost $100 of that 600 initial investment back in 7 days, and this is a low volume.
So then imagine that a 1% bag would have around 50 something, and then a 0.5% bag would have about $25 or $30 right about now. So you see how it goes? It's exponential. Like, you can just imagine that at some point he's going to have $300 at some point, very, very shortly, in a couple of weeks. And then that's if our volume just stays where it's at right now while we're in startup phase. Once we start kicking up to start doing on an average of 15K every day, 20K, 25K, and then eventually, what I believe our ultimate destiny is to be in between. I see Stack G realistically on a daily basis somewhere in between 50 to 100K once we get up to speed consistently, and then after that point, that's when I would renounce. At that point, I'll consider in between 150 to 100K a day on average. I consider that self-sustaining, and then I'll renounce, and we go 16% rewards. We're not looking for a crazy moonshot or a win dollar. It's not about a dollar, because quite frankly, Stack G could be 2 cents and be trading, and you get your trade volume between those 2 cents and that 1 cent on a daily basis, and everybody still makes USDT. And people make in trades still make money, because remember, something's worth 2 cents. or 1 cent, you put in your money, it goes 2 cents, you just won extra money. Day traders love that sort of stuff. They'll go in there, they'll put $1,000 in, try to day trade it, turn to 2 G's, get out. They'll pay their fees or whatever. They'll make their money and go on to their next trade. All the while, they've contributed to the volume in Stack G, and everybody's made USDT up and down the charts based on what you hold. So everybody wins. And then on top, when you extrapolate that to what Shido's going to be doing with Shido Wallet, it just makes perfect sense to have that in your wallet, holding it as your de facto token, because it's going to be basically 100% stable at a certain level. No one, like the people who are going to be involved in this for a long term, will be incentivized to hold it. It's going. I mean, to me, there's no better social token than one where everybody is making money and winning. That's what a true social. It shouldn't just be about, oh, I like the picture, or I like the how it makes you feel. It's about what does it do for the community, like fundamental. Does it make people money all the way around? And that's what Stack G is going to do.
Right. And I love what Devon says here. He says, the best part you guys did the show your work with the rewards. I haven't seen too many tokens do this. It's a no-brainer. Hold and collect your USDT. Truth. Yes. We will be a project on Shido Chain. Again, you gotta understand, us as developers on this project, we are two people who support Shido in and out, 110%. I would challenge you to find a couple more highly educated, highly devoted holders than me and Arno that could go ahead on a head-to-head debate with us about Shido, because I know there's a lot of passionate people in the Shido community, but people that have torn this thing apart the way that me and Arno have, there's, other than the dev team, there's not a lot of them. And that's not anything to say bad about any Shido holder. That's to say that that's how passionate we are about Shido. So yes, bottom line, this project will be on Shido Chain. Absolutely. We're excited to move this to Shido Chain. In fact, Arno, that in the groundwork when we made this, that was one of the first things we discussed, and we both came to the consensus of yes, 100%.
Our entire listen. Just being around Shido has impacted me just by how altruistic they have been with what they're trying to do and with the inclusionary initiative. That's what's inspired me to even come up with this idea and then bring it to you, Valhalla, to see if you wanted to go on it and then partner up with me and make this thing happen. And what we've accomplished thus far, to me, is just, and I'm so proud of ourselves right now, but we have so much far to go. And I just can't wait to see the testimonials of people who were with us from day one, and will hold going forward, and will see us on Shido Chain, and to hear their testimonials and hear their stories. It's just going to be so rewarding just for that, and just to see a community who believed in a couple of guys who just wanted to do a good thing from a ground level, from grassroots level, and just to watch it build up organically, the right way, where everybody wins.
And I want to shout out something on this too, right? So, we have our own chat room. We got about 30 plus people in our chat, right? And a lot of that community, all day today, talking about how they just got burned on Chiku Inu, or whatever the hell it's called. Some token that is just, I guess rug pulled. I don't want to speak for it. I know it's a clusterfuck, right? That's all I'm going to say. People are throwing money at the wall trying to find something to make quick gains. Guys, we have built a platform. Two people that everyone in the Shido community knows me and knows Arno. And we have built a project and a platform that rewards you for simply holding your bag. That's it. That's all you gotta do. We're not promised you some crazy ass roadmap. We're not. Maybe down the line, if there is a community vote that wants something else that actually impacts and is beneficial to both Shido and to Stack G, then we may consider that. Until that proposal is brought to our attention, this is the project. This is all it does. We will market the shit out of it. We will get it on key decentralized exchanges, and it's simply designed to reward you for holding your bag. Diamond-handed holders make money. Panic sellers, they make money on the pump, but they reward all of us from buy and sell pressure. That's it. And day traders who are simply looking for a quick, 1x, 2x, and out, they're rewarding everybody that's holding their bag. That's the genius of Stack G. So I just want to touch base for the people out there that are chasing dead-end projects and getting rug pulled and losing hundreds and thousands of dollars. go buy a bag of Stack G. You can get a 1% bag right now. Let's just look at pricing for you guys, so that everyone's on the same page, right? Because right now it's on freaking sale. Like, seriously, go grab a bag. You can get 400. Let's see. You can get 4,000 Stack G right now for $300. $600 will get you almost a 1% bag. $600. A $600 investment right now gets you almost a 1% bag. You hold that 1% bag, I guarantee you're going to make money.
Right. I mean, the 1% bags right now are all holding above $50 right now. All 1%ers and are holding around $50 right now in Stack G. And our 2% holders
it's insane, man.
That's with the minute we've only been averaging really about since our launch. We're only averaging right now about maybe, I think, 8 to 10,000 volume right now and buy and sell volume. That's and right people have still, and this is only in our first week. Now you times that by, if we just kept that trend, that's for our upper holders, that's basically around $300 every month, generally speaking, for the guys who are holding, about 1%, maybe around 0.8%. That's basically around $300. All 2% would be around $400 in a month. Just doing 8,000 to 10,000 volume a day. So it speaks for itself. I mean, once we get, just imagine it at 80 grand, at 80 grand volume a day. Everybody wins. I mean, then on top of that too, it's just, once we get this into if it becomes your de facto token to hold on Shido wallet, you're going to have USDT as your main payout. You'll never have to even worry about going into other tokens and having that to be as your de facto payout, because you can just go ahead and just use your USDT to pay it out while you hold Stack G in your wallet. You can just keep forking over your USDT as your payout.
Yeah, Truth here says, he says, thank you guys. I'll invest my $800 and hold till the cows come home. And I mean, that's end of the day. That's what it's all about, man. Yeah, contract address is right there for those that do want to get involved. Hey, shout it out. I think that might have been Truth. If that was your buyer that just came in, he got himself. There it is. He got 10,000 Stack G for $722. 2.32 BNB. Congratulations, 1%. Truth. If that was you, you are now part of the 1% club, man. We appreciate your trust in us.
Yeah, I want to let people know too. I designed the contract. There are no fees. That's our kick. Usually you have transfer fees on everything. That's my kickback to the community. Send your tokens anywhere you want to for free, outside the BNB fee, of course. But as far as Stack G, no transfer fees. That's my gift to the community.
Yeah, we will never charge you to move your tokens to a cold wallet, a ledger, any other wallet, because it just doesn't make sense. Our whole point is to reward you. Why would we take those rewards away from you?
Right. It's not fair.
Exactly. So no, you guys are straight up good to go. Never have to worry about a transfer fee whatsoever. But exactly. Yeah, it's this token was designed. I say it all the time. By the people for the people, right? When it doesn't matter if it's a bear or a bull, you're going to make money in Stack G by just simply holding your position. And I want to shout out also just the impact that Truth 100% had on that chart. His one buy shot it to a 7-cent price point. That's what I'm telling you guys. It is so early. He shot that. He moved the chart basically almost 1 cent by that one buy. This thing is in the early stages.
What's our volume right now
on the 6 hour? The 1 hour, $6.76. 1 hour is kind of quiet right now. 24 hour though is about 2K.
It hasn't computed yet. That means because that sale that he just put in should compute to the 1 hour because it was part of that.
Yeah, it hasn't computed yet. So, and this has been a slow couple days for Stack G. But a lot of it has been the fear in the market, right? There is a lot of fear out there right now in the market. It's starting to turn. We're seeing Bitcoin pumping. We're seeing people kind of coming back in, easing. And I have a very keen feeling that with that you're gonna start to see Stack G taking off. You know, we've spent some money on marketing. We've been pretty meticulous about how we've done it. I will shout out Elite Crypto Lounge. We did a call late tonight. That call should be hitting tomorrow, so you should see some action in the charts from Elite Crypto. A lot of their community is pumped up and excited for Stack G. You know, you got Flash out there. I would encourage you guys just get active in the community. The only thing we ask is just like we do in Shadow, we shill, and we work for our bags. Because again, at the end of the day, we're just two very devoted Shadow holders trying to reward our family and our community any way we can. And Stack G is our way to give back to you guys. So.
Yep.
I want to close that with that. You know, we've had one hell of a Shadow AMA. We had a little mic drop here with Stack G and with Truth. Your baller status, man. We appreciate you coming in, and you know, thank you for your trust. That means a lot to me and Arno. You know, we try to be very clear and transparent with everything we do. Every action we take, you know, is meticulous and is thought out the community first. So with that, Arno, let's hit final thoughts, man. What do you got for us? What do you got for the community? What do you got that you want to throw out there for everybody?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's the same thing like you were saying about community. It's just, I believe, one of my mottos, you heard me say this 1,000 times, success is a team game. I'll never stop saying it because that's what I believe. That's my motto. That's my core value system. I believe in integrity. As a matter of fact, it's on my Twitter page. That's my Twitter page. I believe in having integrity in everything I say, right? Or if I make them, if I'm right, I stand by it. If I'm wrong, I admit it. And this community with Shido and what I have seen and what the project has shown me, this is going to be, I say it again, a cornerstone cryptocurrency. And I stand by what I say. No matter who tries to debunk it. I've heard people, they come with reasons why, it could never happen, this and that, or there's nothing special about a layer 1 blockchain in 2023. Well, I disagree with that. The reason that you have blockchains is for projects to have fertile ground to be able to have their transactions prioritized, and I have to compete with people who are already grandfathered in with higher token amounts to be able to overlap your transactions. So blockchains will always have a place in crypto. They're needed. They are basically the grazing land, if you will, for the herds of projects, like cows or things on new grass fields. And right. What we're doing with G and bringing it home for the community with that is just that. Like, I was inspired to come up with these tokenomics from what I experienced in Shido, what I experienced in my time and tenure in crypto. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we could come up with something that could help the community and help crypto in general because, you know, after the FTX thing and everything that went down with that, it just came down to the fact, wouldn't it be nice to have something where people can buy something and hold it and understand that it rewards you? You don't have to look at crypto as just, oh, what's the price today? You know,
right. or be so worried about calling the top of a project. Right. I just want to throw that out there.
Isn't it nice to hold something and know that, okay, yeah, we lost a little, we went down today, but you still made money. And actually, Stack G rewards you more when price. Stack G rewards you 6% more when the price goes down. Actually, That's the way it's designed. And then on top of that, you know, it's just about giving people peace of mind. That's what DeFi should be. The more we can remove the friction and the fear, better DeFi is going to be. And that's what Stack G and Shido are all about. The two are intertwined, man. Believe it or not, they're intertwined. So with that being said, I'll pass it to you, brother.
Yeah, no, man. That's a hard way to finish. Hey, Truth, it is. Hang on, brother. Let me get it for you, my man. Right there. So it's stackg.io. And that'll pull you right to the website. You'll also find all of our Medium articles. If you go to the white paper, very bottom, you'll see Medium articles. You can read up on all the Medium articles. We launched a new one today. Yeah, everything you need to know about Stack G, all right there at your fingertips, my man. And then it's got the Telegram community, everything. Come join us. You know, come in there and have a chat with me and Arno. We're in there 24/7. But
feel free to DM me or I don't shy away from DM me.
Not at all. My DMs are always open. So, God damn it! Now that I said that, just kidding. No, my DMs are always open to the Shido family, to the Algazar fam. I have no problem responding to your DMs, and I try to get back to you guys in a timely manner. But yeah, I mean, as developers, we're excited for the journey with Stack G, and it's going to be wild. We're in the growing pains right now, and we're coming out of the bear market. We're a lot of this is grassroots marketing at this point. A lot of this is really just me and Arno and this community getting out there on Twitter, talking about the rewards, right? Showing the progression of all 7 days, talking about the charts, putting together. We have one hell of an amazing graphic artist. You'll get to know this young lady real well. She does a hell of a job. Everything that she's done, Sakura has done to the initiatives that we have put in place. She's done an amazing job, and we couldn't appreciate her more. We got Flash, we got a lot of bullish people on this project, and again, we designed Stack G to reward the holders. For me, I got tired of seeing people who I consider close friends, like Arno. We were having this conversation. I said I've never met this man in my life face to face, but I'd call him a brother any day of the week. And that is just because of the relationship that we've built over the almost 18 months in crypto. And, to the point where I felt confident enough going into a project with him. We put our reputations on the line when we made Stack G. We had a lot of people that were like, we'll see how this goes. And they've all stopped talking because people are making money, right? Oh, shit, I should have bought in. You should have bought in. But it's cool. You still have time to buy in. You'll always have time to buy in. Because like Gig said right here, we appreciate the sellers. If everyone bought and held, there would be zero volume, right? And that's absolutely right. We appreciate the sellers. We love the Jeets in Stack G. The Jeets family in Stack G, because you build the volume for us. Come get your 2x, sell your tokens, cycle them back in, and pay the diamond-handed holders. The day traders. We love them all.
Mm-hmm. Stack G was designed to be that way. It's designed to be a situation where it takes advantage of the natural.
Absolutely.
Takes advantage of the natural cohabitation between holders and traders. That there is a thing like that, like that in the stock market. People buy and sell Tesla.
Crypto doesn't have to be difficult, man.
Hey.
No, but I didn't want to steal your thunder. Keep going with the stocks because you're spot on. I didn't want to steal your thunder. I just had to throw it out there.
Like people buy and trade Tesla. Tesla's a highly tradable stock, but yet it's held also. It's a reason why they trade, because you can basically predict the bottom. It's a good stock to trade out of for people who go in there, make their small plays, and get out and go and try to make, maybe you want to get some money up for a big gamble elsewhere. Or you just want to make some money to have some spending money and, maybe take your family out. That's what day traders do. And that's what Stack G was made with everybody in mind. Well, I don't look down on people who day trade. Day trading is a beautiful thing. But at the same time, so is being a holder. But then on top of that, being a holder, so much of the time has so much to do with the spot price. My thought process was, what if we could take the spot price and make it the secondary reason for holding? Or maybe make it a non-factor in some cases. We've done that with Stack G. The spot price from a holding position really doesn't. I mean, if I'm holding Stack G, I'll call you. I never look at this price. It's volume. That's all I look at, because that's what's going to determine your fate as a holder. Now, the price from a trader, they're going to look at that and go and look at where the price has been doing and how the bottom is looking, and they're going to see, wow, it's really stable right here. If I could push it here, I can go ahead and get a safe trade here and make a play and get out safely, knowing that it's not going to drop on me to God knows where, because you got X amount of holders holding that floor indefinitely.
Right.
It's a beautiful prospect.
Devon's over here talking about the pre-sell. I think he meant to say bought 40. But yeah, no. The point he's trying to make is there's still projects on Gympad that are still trying to attain their B&B goal. We did it in seconds. That speaks volumes of what Stack G is. I told Arno very clearly when we designed Stack G that we would 100% not do some crazy aggressive roadmap and promise people something we could never deliver. I wanted to do something very realistic and just simply say, let's show them that crypto doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be this crazy 12-step roadmap. thank God for Shido. Bjorn, dev team, I couldn't do what you guys do. We love you because you're about to mint millionaires. You're about to change millions of people's lives that are holding this token. That's the truth. The people that are holding Shido are about to have their lives irreparably changed. I can't do that with Stack G because we're very simple on the terms that Shido's doing. But what we can promise you with Stack G is a steady flow of income, which could be anything per month based on trading volume. And the more Stack G you hold, the greater those rewards are going to be. And you got two people that you can trust that are never going to go anywhere, right? This is our baby, just like Shido and Alcazar. This is our baby, and we are going to nurture this from the ground up. And we're going to take this. We're going to take this, if not to the high millions, to at least $1 billion to $2 billion. I mean, I firmly believe this can go to the billions in a bull run with what it is, because it's simply, if a dog token with no utility can run to almost a $39 billion market cap, there is absolutely no reason why Stack G cannot run to at least, I don't know, 50, 60, 80 million to at least $1 billion. And think about what the trading volume would be at that point. That would be insane.
Right. I think the sky's the limit. It's all about people understanding, because and I don't want to sound like a brainiac here, but people are going to have to put their thinking cap on for Stack G. It's just because I've seen people say, "Oh yeah, well, I've heard people say, "Oh, when is it going to go to $1? Mm-hmm. Is it going to be, is it going to be, is it ever going to go on Binance?" Like, you have to, understand the tokenomics and how they work, and then you'll be able to, your expectations will go in line with that. So once people, right now, the hardest part is getting, because there's nothing out there like Stack G. That's the real problem. No one's ever done this before with this kind of idea in mind, to have a token that's going to try to take advantage of the natural symbiotic relationship between holders and day traders. No one's ever thought to do that. We're doing it for the first time. And people are going to have to be able to take that in consideration and make that natural connection. And it's going to take time. But guess what? We're going to be here. We're not going to walk away from our product. We'll be here. We'll be here for the glorious victory or to the bitter end. It will come with May. We're not going anywhere. So
exactly.
So Stack G is here to stay, and I don't care what anybody says or what anybody thinks. This token was made with people in mind, and it's gonna always be about that, and having people's best interests first.
Yeah, to me, straight up, it's about community first, right? And again, the Shido community, the Alcazar community, they are the ones that really made me think, what can I do to benefit the people that I know are just trying to make it? And if I can find a way to put money in their pocket by simply holding their bag, let's do it. And here we are. Right. So, with that, we're gonna close it out. We're coming up at 10 o'clock. We took a little bit of extra time to talk about Stack G tonight. Actually, a lot more in depth than I thought we were gonna do. But guys, I would just encourage you, come check us out. Come join the Telegram, stackg.io. Come check out the website. All the socials are linked there. Everything you need to know. If you want to buy a bag, and nobody is here telling you to go buy a bag, please DYOR. Make your decisions. If you want to invest in Stack G, contract address, everything you need is there. All the Medium articles are there. All the graphics, all the information to show you what you can make. The decision is up to all of you, but trust in the vision that we have, because it's a it's a what's the word I'm looking for here? Symbiotic. It's a symbiotic relationship that's designed to benefit all of our holders in our mutual communities that we all invest in. So with that, I want to thank everybody tonight. For me, it is definitely time to tap out. Arno, thank you again for coming on to this AMA. Super bullish on Shido. We are still here. We haven't gone anywhere. These AMAs will continue every Tuesday, as promised. And I hope next Tuesday we're on here talking about the release of the MasterCard. That's me. Super bullish. Let's go. Look forward to staking, guys. It's coming. And yeah, more updates to come with both Shido and Stack G as they roll out. Anything else you got to add, Arno?
Absolutely not. Just, I love my community. I love my community. For better.
Same here. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining us on this very bullish AMA. And please, seriously, if you are not in a good position with Shido, get there, please. while you have time. And outside of that, just hold your bag, get excited. The bull run's coming, and good things are on their way. So we'll talk to all of you guys at a later time. Take care.